Hey guys, we're back with another video, and today I want to talk about a couple of things that I learned through quarantine and the crazy roller coaster of a ride we've had so far in 2020. As a lot of you guys know, I have a family of 4, and the coronavirus and the quarantine we went through cooped up my children, as I'm sure a lot of yours as well. So in particular, I'm going to talk about the 3 things I learned about home during the coronavirus. First off, I want to talk about how essential the outdoors are. It was crazy the days that we stayed inside and tried to do games and events inside versus the days we went outside and how much more energy it burned out of the kids and how much more fun they had. My wife and I quickly adapted to almost daily walks with the boys, whether they were riding their bikes or just straight walking, pushing strollers, whatever that might be, and how much more quality of life it gave to all of us through getting out into the outdoors. Sorry guys, we got interrupted by that fire drill, but without further ado, let's jump on to number 2. So the second thing I learned during quarantine worked for me. It might not work for everybody, but I learned that it was a lot easier than I thought it'd be to get a really green and healthy lawn. That's right, with just a few little adjustments on my sprinkling system, as well as changing the timing of the watering and of course a couple of bags of fertilizer, I now have a very healthy lawn going. You might remember a couple of videos back, I shot a video in my backyard. There were dandelions everywhere. It was spotty. It really wasn't all that great to look at. Well, now with some little adjustments, a little bit of work on my part, we now have a very healthy lawn that we can walk around in our bare feet and play around in the backyard, and it's a lot more enjoyable. All right, guys, we've saved the best for last, and that is in the number 3 thing I learned during quarantine. Now, this really applies across the board to all aspects of life, and I'm sure a lot of us have heard of it before, but I still think it could use a little bit more driving in. And that is when we have a plan, things go a lot smoother. Now, I'm not saying you plan for everything. For example, I don't think anybody projected we'd be stuck inside our houses on a quarantine for the first bit of 2020, but it happened. So our plans can be flexible, but at the end of the day, as we mentioned before, when quarantine first started, my wife and I learned early on that it was important for us to take the kids out on a bike ride or a walk by ourselves during that time every day to help them get outside, get some fresh air, and really give them some structure to get some energy out throughout the process. So we'd do that daily and then come back and play with some toys. By them knowing that structure, I really think it raised our quality of life throughout that whole quarantine time frame and made it a lot easier of a process for us to get through. So obviously I learned that having a plan is so important, and just like that, let's segue into the punchline of the video. In case you haven't figured it out yet, what is your future plan? Did you find during quarantine that you're not so in love with the house as you thought you were, or that there are things about your home you wish you could change but you just can't? Well, that's where I come into play. Give me a call, reach out to me, and we can make a plan for your future to see what your home could sell for and what we could find you out there on the market to get you into. There's a lot of options out there, and I'd love to get in contact with you, whether it's through the phone, through Facebook, through Zoom, Messenger, whatever it might be. If there's anything about your home you don't like and you're even contemplating it, it's free to you to talk to me. So call me up, let's have a chat and make a plan for your future. But just like that, this video is over, and I'm out.